Hello friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. My name is Crystal, and in today's video, I'm going to create a story layout for my daughter Isabella's story album using the August Stories by the Month kit from Ali Edwards. So today, the story that I'm telling is all about just things I would like to do more of with my daughter. So I have a couple of pictures that I have pulled out of my photo archives from a recent day when we went downtown and just like posed on a rock and took silly pictures together. So I've got a large full page photo that I will hole punch to put in the album. And then I have 6 2x2 photos down here. Now in the page protector that I'm going to use, which has the 12 2x2 spots, in the spots where there are not photos, I'm going to actually put in a tag. So I'm going to fussy cut out these 4 tags from this journaling card, and then I'm also going to pair it with the 2 little chipboard tags as well. So that's going to become the home for my storytelling this time. I will also likely go and grab my Stories by the Month stamp set from this kit in order to create some of my own pattern paper to back the tags with, because I just realized that I don't have anything like that, so I need to pull something out in order to do that as well. So let's go ahead and get you on fast forward. I will put this page together, and then once everything is assembled, we'll slow back down and finish out our video for today. So let's go ahead and dive in. To get started on today's layout, the first thing I'm going to do is figure out what stamp set I want to use to create a background pattern behind all of these little tags. I had originally brought over the August Stories by the Month stamp set thinking I might do something with the circle pattern, but then I decided I didn't really like that very much and went into my stash and ended up pulling out my April Stories by the Month stamp set from 2021, and I will bring all of that out here in a little bit and show you how I create my background patterns. But in the meantime, I went ahead and took that 3x4 card with all 4 of the tiny itty bitty tags, fussy cut those tags out, and then I'm also using my Crop-A-Dile to punch the tiniest hole where the twine will go through. And then I am also punching out the holes inside of the chipboard tags as well, and will string those with some of this black and white twine. For the chipboard ones, right now I still have the backing on there, and I actually will just pull the backing off a little tiny bit, put the twine through and tie it, and then put the backing back on it again, just to keep it safe until I'm actually ready to go ahead and stick those down on the background papers or on the photos. So you'll see how I do that a little bit here as well. For tying them off, I did go ahead and string them through just one section or one side of the string through the hole. I tied it into a knot and then pushed that knot down as close to the tag as possible, cutting off a little bit to give it a little bit of fringe there at the end. So now you can see how I've got all 6, actually there's 7 of them, all 7 of those tag shapes have the twine in them now. For my photos, one of my favorite things to do when I'm working with 2x2 page protector is to alternate my photos. So to have, the top row, there's a photo in the middle, and then the second row, it's on the far left and the far right, and then back to the middle, and then back to the far left and the far right, so that they alternate with the embellishments or the pattern papers that I create. For my large photo here, I went ahead and hole punched the side of it that's going to be in the rings, and then I just added the tag that says "more of this" onto the bottom right corner of that photo. And that's ultimately what I'm going to end up titling this whole piece. And my jumping off point for my journaling is, essentially what is it that I would like to do more of, or to have more of, when it comes to my daughter. Now for the background papers, I pulled out 4 different inks from my Ali Edwards Crafters ink collection. I've got the Rose Garden, which is the pink that you're seeing me put down on the paper here. I've also got Redwoods, which is the newest red color, and I'm using that to create the center of the flowers. And then I've also got Tillamook, which is the orange. I believe I'm going to do that one next. And then I've also got the yellow, which is Honeyman. And then I ended up using the pink inside of the yellow, and then I used the red inside of both the orange and the pink. I actually made a mistake and I meant to use orange inside of the yellow and pink inside of the orange, but you know, it is what it is. We're just gonna be okay with it. And then all I'm going to do is cut these into a couple of 2x2 pieces. And I'm doing this in such a way that it looks as though the entire background was stamped. So some of it I'm trimming off so that the floral elements just barely interact with the edges, and then doing my best to just get 2 sections of a 2x2 out of all of this stamping, which this bottom one was the closest call, but it made it. We made it work. And then we'll do this one here, and then that will be all 6 of my backgrounds. So then from here, what I needed to do was lay them out on my table so I could figure out which tags I wanted to put inside of which color, because I wanted the tag to still jump off of that background paper and not blend in with it too much. So I wouldn't necessarily want to put the pink ones on the pink floral background or the yellow one on the yellow floral background. I wanted there to be some variability in that sense. Then I'm just going to take my roller adhesive for the pieces that I had fussy cut out to put adhesive on the back of the tags and stick those down. And then for the ones that are the chipboard sticker, all I needed to do was take off the backing. It was as simple as that, and stick it down in the middle as well. Then we're going to pull back over the page protector there to figure out a configuration for these to fit in. Now the tags are numbered 1 through 4, so I am going to do my best to keep them in that order, going from the top left-hand side to the bottom right-hand side, almost as though you were reading a book. So going line by line, and then just trying to have them, 1, 2, 3, 4, with the chipboard pieces interspersed in there. I also went ahead and added my date stamp underneath the larger tag on top of the photo. I'm using my Scrapbook.com premium black dye ink, which works totally great on really all different kinds of surfaces. I am using Canon photo glossy paper, and I do print my photos at home, which photo paper that you print off from a home printer tends to soak up ink a little bit easier than the types of paper that you would get from the store. So for that reason, my particular black ink that I like to use works really great on my photo paper as well. Here's where you can see me kind of readjusting everything, trying to make it work. My goal was to try and make all of the colors not touching, so like the 2 yellows and the 2 oranges and the 2 pinks, but it was impossible to do so. So I just eventually say, okay. All right, friends, that finishes my spread for today. I super love how this one came out, and I love how these little floral stamped background papers really mimic the flowers in Isabella's outfit. I think that was a really nice touch that I wasn't exactly planning for. So, sometimes it is kind of fun to just see where the day takes you when you actually go and sit down and create a spread like this. All right, so in terms of journaling, this one is really short and simple. I just wrote down 4 different things that I want to do more of. So I said more getting outside with the kids, more silly fun poses when the camera comes out, more time with friends and family instead of time alone, and more adventures downtown exploring around us. So just a really simple, short story there. All right, well, I hope that you have enjoyed seeing this layout come together, and if you have, I would love a thumbs up down below. Make sure you also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so you can catch all of my future crafty videos. I am going to be back again later this week with a Project Life spread, and then again at the end of the week with my next Story Kit Crush projects. So I hopefully will see you back here then. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and your week ahead, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye, friends.